news that's coming in that we'll like to introduce to our viewers. I'll ask all my guests to please stay on with us. Around 15 to 20 children were held hostage in broad daylight on Thursday at a studio in Mumbai's Powai area, triggering panic and a massive police response. The incident took place at RA Studio, where acting classes are regularly held. According to preliminary information, the man who allegedly took the children hostage has been identified as Rohit, an employee at the studio who also runs a YouTube channel. So I want to go across to Seema. Seema, this is, I know this is a new story that's coming in. However, children were actually held hostage over there. And we are getting to know that this was an acting class where children had actually gathered, and then the accused actually held 15 to 20 students hostage over there in Mumbai.
Really, what do I say? See, these kind of day-by-day criminal activities are increasing in our country. So, whom do we accountable for this? Who are accountable for this? Government, of course, it's a government, and law and order is accountable for this. The current government, that particular in everywhere we can see this day by day. Even in your panel, how many times I have joined you?
Seema, we are getting some more inputs that the children have now been released. All the children who were held hostage have now been released after massive police efforts. And remember, viewers, that this happened at the RA Studio, where acting classes are regularly held. And as per preliminary information, the man who allegedly took the children hostage has been identified as Rohit, who was an employee at the studio. Rohit also runs a YouTube channel. Now, I want to come back to my guests. I want to rope in Sanjay Sahai on this new development that we are tracking. Mr. Sahai, we are getting a new story here. Children were taken hostage by someone who worked at the studio. How do we track such incidents? Because even though now the children are safe, but it's a very shocking incident that's coming to light.
The only way you can track this incident is if you get the information. If you don't get the information, it will be extremely difficult to track. Now, the information which is available, and is a very sketchy sort of information which is available, that someone called Rohit, if I'm getting the name correct. So he lost it. The number of children we don't know. We don't know the motive, why it happened. And he's not an outsider. There might be some rift either with the management, or he had some issues with the parents of the children, or he wanted to make a fast buck. So these are extremely tricky situations, and might be this was not a hostage crisis of a nature where there would have been an armed altercation. So with some amount of police effort, it was sorted out.
Right. Mr. Sahai, please stay on with us. My colleague Sudhakar Kashyap is joining me on the broadcast. Sudhakar, प्लीज़ हमें इनके बारे में डिटेल बताइए, क्या हुआ था वहाँ पर, हॉस्टेज सिचुएशन, बच्चे सारे सेफ हैं, अब पुलिस क्या कह रही है?
बच्चे सारे सेफ है, पुलिस इसके बारे में कार्रवाई कर रही है, पुलिस की स्पेशल टीम इसके लिए भेजी गई है और ये बच्चे सब सेफ है।
और किस लिए ये हुआ गया था इंसिडेंट, कुछ पता चल पाया है अभी पुलिस को प्रिलिमिनरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में? अभी कुछ पता नहीं चला, अभी जस्ट पुलिस कार्रवाई कर रही है, तो अगले कुछ समय में ये स्पष्ट होगा कि क्यों ये सब किया गया, क्यों किया गया, कौन कौन है इसमें लोग शामिल है, इसके बारे में पुलिस अभी तहकीकात कर रही है। जी बिल्कुल, सुधाकर हमारे साथ बने रहे। आई वांट टू रोप इन गौतम मुखर्जी ऑन दिस। Mr. Mukherjee, even in the previous story, we have been talking about our society as a whole and where it is going. Even in this case, we are seeing, you know, a person, even if he is disgruntled with the system or with, you know, his employers, he actually held children hostage. And these auditions were actually held over a period of 4 to 5 days. And then this is, you know, premeditated, because today, after 4 or 5 days, he actually held 15 to 20 children hostage over there. What do you have to say on this?
I think it points to increasing mental health imbalances. the previous story about brushing against a side mirror causing a murder, and this one where he has possible, as Mr. Sahai pointed out, issues with his management or some other, problem that is worrying him, and he decides to hold children hostage. It shows a lack of normal thinking. And I think there is a prevalence of mental health issues which are going unaddressed. Many people treat physical ailments as illness, but if they're depressed or they are, have violent mood swings, or they fly into violent rages, this kind of thing is not treated as an illness that requires treatment. And as a consequence, there are, and this is not true of just this country, but in many others, and particularly in urban areas where the pressures are many.
Right, Mr. Mukherjee, I have some breaking inputs on this story. The Mumbai Police has now released a statement and it reads, and I quote, "A man identified as Rohit Arya has held a few children hostage in Powai area of Mumbai. He has released a video saying